the package open, gotta free it in a hurry.
Hey.
Drop it in a scene, snap a pick and spit a bar flurry. The spinning racks need refill, but I'm really not worried.
Okay.
It's the most beautiful thing in the words of Keith Murray. Dipping out in a low-low and slow-mo tipping.
Ooh.
Just one tap and it hops up like pogo sticking. This is not a put together, like Robo Chicken.
Wow.
Still original condition, number match, no parts missing.
Right.
Willowbrook and Alondra pull over right there. At the Made in Compton Store, I can get something to wear. For men, women, and children, all prices fair.
Thank you.
Got fresh top to bottom. And I slid up out of there, hops right back in the low-low looking like new money.
Sure do.
Stare all you want, but can't take none from me. Ain't none bouts this cute, sweet, nor funny.
Nope.
Outside in a low ride, rain, sleet, or sunny.
Cool.
The back window's still empty, ain't earned a plaque yet. Not a renegade rider. Hub City was set. Until next time, one thing you can bet. I'll be on my grind double time, pushing a line extra shine drips wet. And you ain't seen none yet.
That was incredible. Much respect.
Welcome back to Bone with Friends. And tonight my special guest is Dayton Harris. Dayton, how you feeling?
Rider, Hub City was set. Until next time, line extra shine drip.
Hey Dayton, how you feeling?
What happened, bro? What's happening?
Hey Dayton, how you feeling?
Did you ask though? Did you ask about the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. the secret deal? Oh, don't be moving too fast though. Walk right in like you already know. Walk in chill like what's the deal? They might smile like it's real. Oh, it's real. No live signs, no big display. But the ones who ask get blessed that day. Try and save while you look fly too. Whole outfit got a vibe brand new. Don't be shy. Just ask one time.
Hey Dayton, how you feeling?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't even see myself.
We're gonna go back to a commercial break and we're gonna see if we can fix what's going on.
Boom. Can you text him to log off and log back on? Okay. Alright. It's a note here. We shall be back.
Who plays the best music? We do. That's we are live 105.5 Mobile Radio 24/365. One big party.
Welcome back to Bone with Friends. And tonight my special guest is Dayton Harris. Hey Dayton, how you feeling? Hey Dayton, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir. I can hear you very good.
Okay, we're about to get the show started. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're about to get it on the road now. I'm gonna jump right into the
Yeah,
questions.
all right, I had to log off and log back on, but we good so far.
Okay. Growing up in Los Angeles, what was life like for you as the youngest of four sons?
Well, actually, life was pretty good for me growing up in Los Angeles. I had a mother and a father. They both had jobs. We had good Christmases, Thanksgivings, birthdays. It was cold. It's just growing up in that environment. I did the same thing everybody else was doing.
Okay. What do you remember the most about your childhood before the streets became a part of your story?
I had a father that was a disciplinarian. You don't lie to him. You don't, he said he wasn't gonna raise no punks, no snitches, no fags, no sissies. And he's wanted to raise men. So that was his goal. Mom, she was very sweet, but she was a disciplinarian in her own right. But I had two beautiful parents, man. They loved and cared for us. They were people that you can come talk to about any and everything. You feel me? And me being the baby, mom's always spoiled me, and I had my way with her. My father was a different story because he was always the rough head. You know what I mean? But he was loving in his own way. I had two good parents, though.
At 13 years old, what pulled you into the gang life?
Well, I had three older brothers. They all gang banging. They all from the same territory, and I wanted to be like my big brothers when I got older for some reason. I knew everybody that they knew. And growing up on 89th and Broadway and 94th and Hoover, we all knew each other. It's either like from brothers and sisters, cousins, mothers, fathers. We all knew each other, so we all grew up amongst each other, and we all grew up doing the same thing pretty much.
Looking back now, what do you think young people misunderstood about gang banging?
Oh, it's a whole bunch. I was misled by my big homeboys, and I'll be honest about that. They never tell you about what's going to happen once you go to prison. They never tell you about how long you're going to do in prison, and everybody's going to start dying. How homeboys going to turn on you, and dudes you call your allies going to soon be your enemies. Oh, it's so much. I mean, I can go on and on and on. It's a lot of deceitful stuff going on in gangbanging, and people should never want to take that as a choice of lifestyle ever and ever, ever.
Man, I totally agree. How did your family react when they saw you going in that direction?
Well, I have three older brothers, and my oldest brother, he right now he's 61. So back in the day when I first started, he used to always chase me away. He didn't want me to do the same thing that he was doing. My second oldest brother was already incarcerated for life, and the third, he really didn't care one way or another because I ended up being named after him. So of course he condoned everything that I was doing because I was named after him. You know what I mean? But mother and father they definitely didn't want me to do none of that. They didn't raise us to be gang members. They wanted us to be a lot better than they were and to live a life better than they did.
What lessons did juvenile hall teach you?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing. I went in there gang banging, acting up, and it was like a slap on the wrist back then. You go in there and you can do about just anything and get right back out of jail. So didn't teach me anything. And that's just being absolutely honest.
When you received 2 life sentences at 18, what was going through your mind?
Oh, it's the end of my world. You know what I mean? No matter how tough I thought I was or tried to be, inside, I was hurt like hell because my whole life was destroyed over stupid decisions. You know what I mean? I still remember being in Compton Court and being sentenced to 2 life sentences. And I was acting hard on my way out, but as soon as I went to the back, a couple of tears fell, and I said, I'm for the tear prison up.
Was there ever a moment when you thought your story was over?
Absolutely. When I came to prison, I went to jail in 1991. And by the time I hit prison, which was in 92, which really not that long after, they wasn't letting lifers go home. No lifers was getting dates to be paroled. So under Pete Wilson, Gray Davis, Duke Majan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think I'm missing one. Those individuals said life meant life, and the only way a lifer was going home was in a box. So therefore, I turned that rage into everybody that I disliked in prison.
What kept you mentally strong during the darkest times?
I guess I could say DNA. I mean, that's the best thing I could think of, DNA, because I really wasn't too far into religion, but yeah, I did believe in God at that moment, but I wasn't too far into religion then. And it's just, I guess it's just, like I said, DNA. I had 3 older brothers. They all been to prison before. One of them had a life sentence and he was able to do it. So I felt like, hey, there's nothing to it but to do it. If I'm a die in here, I got to die in here.
All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with some more questions.
Absolutely.
So, how did becoming a father change the way you view life and responsibility?
Hey, look, once again, man, I'm not trying to sound like I'm the hardest dude in the world, because I wasn't, but you would think that having those responsibilities, you would change your lifestyle and turn everything over to your children. But as a youngster at that time, bro, being immature, it didn't do anything. I was still in the streets doing everything, thinking I'll never get caught for it. So it never factored into my mind that something happens to me, I take myself away from my children and then won't have a father. That never factored into it at all. I was too caught up in the streets to even be worried about that.
And the grandfather of 12 grandchildren mean to you today?
Oh my God, listen, I don't just live for myself anymore. You know what I mean? My life is really not my life, and everything pretty much is dedicated to them, because when I leave, I would like to leave them with something as far as some type of morals and something that they learned from their grandfather, what to do and what not to do, because I sure don't want my grandsons following in my footsteps or my brother's footsteps. So it's important to me to be a grandfather and to instill something good in them before I'm gone.
If you could talk to your 13-year-old self, what would you tell him?
Don't be a fool and don't listen to these dudes that call themselves big homies, because we were all duped into believing that this lifestyle was something good for us, or it was the thing to do. I regret the hell out of listening to that and following in the same footsteps as everybody else, when I could have done something more productive with my life. I could have played sports. I could have did just about anything. But instead, I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my brothers, and I created a lot of enemies along the way. I destroyed a lot of families along the way. I wasn't able to see my mom get buried, my father get buried. Just do the best you can so you won't have any regrets.
Right. That was nicely put. What do you think causes so many young men to search for acceptance in the streets?
I would say the lack of love, man. The lack of love and direction. All too often, society overlooks individuals that join gangs. They think it's because they don't have parents. Some of them do, but it's something missing there that makes them want to do it, or it's the lack of care. A lot of cats come from foster parents, environments where there's really no love. So if they didn't have any love, how they gonna love themselves? How they gonna have love for you if they don't have any love? You know what I mean? Nobody really taught them what love was. I had that in my household, but yeah, I wanted to be like my brothers because I felt like whatever they're gonna die for, I'm gonna die for. Of course, that is irrational thinking, but I wanted to do what my brothers did. A lot of people don't have that. They don't really have that. Some people don't even have gang members as family members, but they look for the family member. I mean, they look for the gang as friends and family. You know what I'm saying? And they need somebody to take them from that and tell them, look, that's the wrong way to go. You know how many homeboys have become enemies and how many enemies been my friends? I'm talking about dudes that I thought was my enemies. They was closer to me than my homeboys. So there's a large misconception about getting into this type of lifestyle and thinking this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. A lot of us say this stuff is for life, and here it is. I'm no longer a gang member. So it's not for life. Because you changed at some point, and you're going to change for the better. And if not, you're still going to be going down that same rabbit hole, and you're going to regret it somewhere down the line.
Who are the people that had the biggest influence on your life, good or bad?
Of course, my parents, you know what I mean? My parents, it's just, they had a lot of good information for me. I was just too naive to listen. My brothers had a large influence on my life as well. That's why I went down the wrong path. But of course, that's negative. But in the right, correct fashion, should I say? Right now, it's most definitely my fiance, because anytime anything negative comes up, she be on my helmet about not doing that, not talking to certain people, watching who I call a friend and a homeboy, associate, or whatever it may be. And I gotta say my religion, because once I converted to Islam, that's the reason I'm on the streets in the first place. Because once I got my life together, God made sure that I got out. So my positive influence has been those people in my religion.
What message do you have for parents raising kids in tough neighborhoods right now?
Talk to your kids. Be close to your kids. You don't have to be their best friend, but talk to your kids and be close to your children. Put them in something that's very constructive so they won't do something that's destructive. You know what I mean? When I played football for Pop Warner football, I was never in my neighborhood to do anything wrong. I was always at practice. I was always at a game. Once that was taken away and I wasn't doing anything, I was right back in the hood again. So you put your kids into something that's constructive, it's going to keep their minds off the stupidity, they most definitely going to grow to do something better. It would definitely change their outlook. Run around with the news in there.
We're going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back with some more questions. So, how important is forgiveness when you're trying to move forward from your past?
A little bit. How important is forgiveness when you're trying to move forward? And what did you say after that?
When you're trying to move forward from your past.
For a lot of individuals, you have to learn how to forgive yourself before you can forgive. So if you have a loving God who can forgive you, you should learn how to forgive as well. Then on top of that, there's a lot of us that want people to forgive us, but we won't forgive nobody. Forgiveness is very important when you're moving forward, because that's how you open your mind, your heart, and your soul into doing something better when you forgive. Because if you can forgive, you can move on. You don't forgive, you stay stagnant.
What does redemption look like to you personally?
Every day that I can get out and drive a car, every day that I can wake up to a beautiful woman, I can see my brothers, my kids, my grandkids. I can use a cell phone without having CDC say I'm gonna get a write up or something. Listen, redemption is beautiful. However, back to forgiveness. Before I got out, I made sure that I sent money from my account. It wasn't something that the CDC gave me, but it was money from my account. I took that off my books and I donated it in my victims' names in order to give back for the wrong that I've done. That was me redeeming myself by also not being so selfish and making sure that people can see how serious I am about, freedom, redeeming myself, forgiveness, and having empathy for the life I took and for the person I shot. So, redemption is a part of forgiveness for me.
What are you most proud of today, despite everything you've been through?
Converting to Islam, changing my thinking and my behavior. Coming home and being part of the FFRP, and now I'm a certified firefighter. And I never in my wildest dreams would have ever expected to be a firefighter. But I'm very proud of that. But not only that, man, I never even thought that I was running to my fiance again. We used to know each other as little kids, you know what I mean? And here it is, I ran back into her and we back together again. I'm very proud of that, because if there's anything positive in my life, it's her.
And congratulations on both of those endeavors. When people watch this episode, oh, my bad. When people watch this episode of Bone with Friends, what's one thing you want them to take away from your journey?
Believe it or not, anybody could change if you are determined to change. Just because you was the hardest dude in the world or whatever it may be, what is that going to mean when you're gone? What did you leave behind? Did you leave a legacy that was negative, or did you leave a legacy that was positive? Your children can't do nothing but a hard daddy when you're dead. Okay, your daddy was hard. What does that mean? Nothing. But what did you do for yourself while you was there? Did you do anything good for somebody else? Did you give back? I became a Muslim not because I just felt like this was something I needed to do in prison, because I'm still a Muslim to this day. I still pray 5 times a day. I still fast for Ramadan. I even do extra prayers. I still read my Quran. I still do the things I'm supposed to do. But I became a Muslim because all the wrong I've done in life, I never took the chance or the time to do anything correct. Now that it's reversed, I'm doing everything I can do in a positive manner, trying to live positively, and that's the legacy I'm trying to leave behind. I'm trying to finally do something that's correct as opposed to doing wrong.
We're gonna go to our final commercial break, and after the break, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna let you read a scripture out the Quran and give us a short story that's relatable to that scripture.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did you ask about the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. the secret deal? Oh, don't be moving too fast, though. Walk right in like you already know. Walk in chill like what's the deal? They might smile like it's real. Oh, it's real. No loud signs, no big display. But the ones who ask get blessed that day. Try and say why you look fly too. Whole outfit got a vibrant new. Don't be shy. Just ask one time. You might walk out feeling extra fine. Friend respect. Wait, you didn't ask? Did you ask though? Don't miss out. 2 p.m., 5 p.m. flow. Every day made it Compton Store. Now you know.
You had a verse you want to read out the Quran?
I don't have my Quran with me, but there is an ayat. I cannot tell you at the moment what surah it is. However, I do know the ayat. And if there's any Muslims out there that hear this, they can tap in and let you know whether I was speaking the truth from the Quran or I just made something up. But it says to kill one person is to kill the whole world, and to save one person is to save the whole world. And what that means is, this is also something I use at the board of prison terms to give them insight into me understanding my crime. If you kill me, you kill my chances of making a son or a daughter, their chances of having a son or a daughter, their chances of having a son or a daughter, their chances of having a son or a daughter. That means you're killing generations of people by killing one person. So that's to kill the whole world. If you save one person's life, you're saving a person that can create all these lives and continue to create human beings. That's insight. That's the reason why we shouldn't kill one another.
And greatly put. So we're gonna bring this episode of Bone with Friends to an end. We thank everybody for tuning in advance. I thank you, Dayton Harris, for sharing your story and shedding some light on the walk on the dark side. So, people will think twice when they take that walk.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any social media handles you want them to be able to reach you at?
Hey, you can reach me at my name, man, Dayton Vaughn or Dayton Harris.
Okay, and it was a good one, man. I appreciate you shedding light, man. It's a beautiful story.
Hey,
I can tell you a solid one.
Hey, thank you for having me, and I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm gonna have to have you back again because I got to show the game ain't safe. It's to like mentor 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. Because I feel like things we done been through, we could say something to save their life.
Alhamdulillah, you got my hookup. Call me, hook me up. We can do it again.
Okay, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
It was an honor and a pleasure. And I like to thank everybody for tuning in. And I like to say peace.